you have an agent deployed, you can technically like wire it into Polymarket or Kalshi or any of these prediction markets, which is basically what I was doing when I first was playing around with this stuff. You know, Polymarket had released this SDK. I got sucked into Claude Code, and I was starting to build bots on my own. So like me as a non-technical founder who's been like building crypto for a while, like, you know, I found it super fascinating that like all of a sudden now I was able to ship things super fast and arguably faster than like my CTO and my other projects with Claude Code. And you know, now that like Fable or Mythos is out, like things are getting really interesting right now. But that's, you know, besides the point. So anyways, like technically you could do these things on Polymarket or Kalshi already. However, it became like very clear to me back in February that the future was going to come a lot faster than most people thought. You know, again, now that like we have Mythos or Fable here, and things, you know, in terms of like shipping and building products are happening within like one-shotted attempts, which is insane, right? So like me as a founder who's been building like DeFi protocols that have held over like $100 million of assets, took like months or years to build. Now we can do these things like literally in a day without like doing like the audits and everything. So I wanted to build a protocol that anticipated this future. I understood that there were going to be many more agents that were going to be conversing with each other than humans, or at least that's what I theoretically think is going to happen. And I think like a lot of the base ecosystem can agree with me there. And that's the reason why I decided to build like an agent specific protocol.